this will probably be the most unique State of the Union in modern history. Imagine, I wouldn't be surprised he tries to set some records, whether it's longevity by the length of it, or cursing people out, or touting his wife's movie during it. Any of those, that's probably going to be one of the squares on the bingo card.
Fake media will be the other one.
I'll be interested to see if Democrats don't show up, which is a rumor going around that en masse, that they just won't show up. I think it'll be interesting to see who of the Supreme Court shows up, especially whether Roberts, or Gorsuch, all of whom voted against him in the tariffs case and were attacked. Their loyalty, their integrity was attacked, which we'll talk about, whether any of them show up. So there will be a group of Epstein survivors who have been invited by Democrat members of Congress. I doubt they will be identified by the president. I'm sure the media, though, will hone in on them. So I'm looking at this being a very, very painful State of the Union to watch and listen to. And Abigail Spanberger, now the governor of Virginia, who's going to provide the Democrat response, I hope she will just take the complete opposite tack and make it very short, very precise, and very actually political in the sense of substantive.
Well, that would be interesting. I've heard that some people are saying that this could well be his last State of the Union address, so he's going to put everything into this one. Nolan, what do you expect out of it, and what do you want to see out of it?
Well, I didn't have Melania the film on my bingo card, so I got to appreciate Mark throwing that one in there. But I think a lot of the stuff you guys said so far, I expect. Like, I expect he's going to tout that it's a great economy, that he's making it more affordable. He'll tout gas prices. I think he'll tout success with the immigration as well. Probably inflate the numbers of who's been deported. I think he's also going to really focus on the SAVE Act. He seems really obsessed with changing the ways in which elections work. So I could see him touting that as something that's coming down in Congress. That seems to be good red meat for part of his base as well. And then, I think I, like all of us, expect that if any of the justices who voted to shoot down his tariffs are sitting in front of him, he's going to whine like a baby about them right there to their face. And then lastly, DHS, it was announced this morning that DHS is now shutting down the TSA pre-check lines at airports as a result of this, what are we calling it, partial shutdown. I can see him blaming those kinds of things on the Democrats as well. But in terms of what I'm looking for, though, I'm really interested to see how the Democrats respond. They've gotten a little more showy in recent years. At his last kind of big speech, remember, they had the mismatched pink outfits and the congressperson raising his cane and interrupting Trump. I wonder if we'll see those types of shenanigans on the ground, or if Democrats are going to try, as Mark said, either avoid it together, stay restrained, and kind of let Trump embarrass himself.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries has said either show up and be quiet or don't show up is what his admonition to the Democrats were. I'm curious myself to see who does or doesn't show up. And every time, I hope if he does bring up the government shutdown, that in the Democratic response, someone points out that we have shut down more times the government under Donald Trump than any other president. And right now, the Republicans control the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the White House. So blaming the Democrats seems kind of shallow at best. But of course, politically, it's a maneuver that we would expect out of Donald Trump. And I'm really curious the comment I've heard from Republicans you all didn't pick up on it, so I'm gonna lay it out there. If this is his last State of the Union address, is why are they fearful of that? Is there a health component? Is there a political component? Will he be impeached? I think what we're seeing is all of this has set the stage for a very, as Mark said, a very historic. And Donald Trump would love that. The most historic presidential address the biggest in history. He's down for the superlative, no matter whether it's good or bad. So I wonder where it's going to go, but I do know this much. On my bingo card is fake media, sleazeballs, uh, Democrats' fault, cheaters, and I won in a landslide. I know he's going to say that at least half a dozen times. And Mark, you may well be right. By the end of this, I may well be drunk off my butt, but just playing the bingo.